Hey everyone, this is Don at Daltonians TFs, and I'm here to bring you the final video for the Transformers figure subscription service. This is going to be the final figure that we get from the Transformers Collectors Club or subscription service from Fun Publications. Now, I do have a lot of backtracking to do, but we'll get into that at the end of this video. So, without further ado, here is the 7th bonus figure, the mystery figure. By now, it's already been spoiled. Everyone's probably knowing about it by now. Here it is. Shattered Glass Starscream. Now, this is my first actual Shattered Glass figure, like, canonically. Really, I'm glad to have this. I know a lot of people were pretty disappointed. I mean, you're getting a mostly white figure with black and red paint apps. I can see how a lot of people would be disappointed by that. But me, I'm not too put off by it. The only thing that disappoints me is we're not, we have no other Shattered Glass figures to combine with. Unless you did the custom class for Shattered Glass Ratchet, but even then, you wouldn't see opposing forces combining together. So, we got him here in the Combiner Wars Skydive mold. And I do love the colors. They are very Jetfire, Skyfire-esque. Mostly G1 Jetfire toy. But we'll get more into that into robot mode. You do have his cannon here. His, I guess, dual energy beam cannon. And then you've got his twin Atari Scream projectile launcher, according to the bio. And speaking of the bio, here we got the card. Love that artwork. It looks very good. I love the red background. You got that. Ambition comes from within. His technical stats. And his bio if you want to read it. So, again, not very bad. You got a little bit of this kind of dull gray right here, very light gray for the cockpit. The paint apps are really nice and clean. There's only one or two little areas where they're not perfect, but it's on the tail fins, which isn't a huge problem for me. Very clean on the underside. A lot of nice breakup. And this is using the Unite Warriors Ghost Starscream head, so that's the head that was never released. The pre-tooled head that was never released in the US. Some of the heads weren't released at all, like Toxitron and Counterpunch. So, transformation is as you'd expect from the secret mode, and we'll go ahead and put him into leg mode while we're at it. And it does make mention that he can, operate independently as either limb. So, if you want to, he can just be a leg on the shelf, and he can, I guess, jump, or run up to 5 miles in a single leap or something like that. Put that on there. Straighten these out. So there you got him as a leg. So let's go ahead and get him back into jet mode. And go into robot mode. So go ahead and take these arms off. And we've seen this transformation so many times on here. Be it Skydive, Cicada Con, Air Raid molds, Needle Nose. Well, not Needle Nose, because it's a. I mean, the legs are all transformed the same when they are robots, so. And take that. Got the arms. And there we got Starscream. And again, a very good looking robot mode. Now there is one little issue that I had in mind right out of the box. Was transforming him, and went to go move this fin here. See a little hairline crack right there. Now, as for me, I'm not going to really be messing with those all too much, because usually Starscream's got his iconic fins on the side, so might as well keep it like that. Now you could keep the wings like this and if you wanted to give him more of a Seeker, traditional Seeker look, go ahead and pop him off, flip him around, and I mean, yeah, the wings are a little bit higher up. You still kind of get that traditional Seeker look. I mean, especially, I guess you can bring them back like that, but again, they're still pretty high up on there. So, I mean, that's purely up to you. And again, these black and red paint apps look really good on this mold. Just the way they're patterned. You even get that same original decal that you would have on the original Shattered Glass Starscream. And zooming in on the head here, looks a little funky. I mean, he looks like he probably smells Toxitron nearby. But there you got that. Let's go ahead and give him his weapons. So, I mean, the joints are a little loose. I mean, that's nothing a little floor polish can't fix. So, but I mean, this mold has been used more than most of them, so I guess we can go ahead and fold those back. Yeah, I'll keep them out because it's more. Yeah, I'm not too upset by this. I mean, it looks good. It's my first Shattered Glass figure, and it makes me want to track down the other two Shattered Glass sets, which is going to be quite the endeavor, cost and time wise. So, because I know that is probably one of the most popular sets besides the 2006. I know animated's pretty popular, but I don't think it's nearly as much as 2012, 2008, 2006 as far as Fun Pub years. So there's Starscream. Let's go ahead and bring in the other members of 5.0. Now I've already got most of them combined with as Wreckage. So there's Starscream. Go ahead and bring in the Pretender Megatron. There's Space Warp. There's Megatron himself. And here's the Pretender Optimus. There he is. There's Haikyuu. And Scorponok. And here's Lifeline, if I can get her straightened out just fine. There's Quickslinger. So there's, 5.0 with a couple of 4.0 thrown in. And this set is really great. I mean, we get two double Pretenders. One, we weren't expecting, a Grand Max Pretender shell. And the second use, one of the original uses of that Pretender shell from '96, from the new Oilmaster figure, a Lifeline Paragon Medic, finally a classic style Toxitron, Impactor, a new Fractal, Dawn of Futures Past style Scorponok, Beast Wars Uprising, Shattered Glass Starscream, a lot of great stuff here. So, with this being the last set, I'm very impressed. This is my second subscription service. I mean, we'll look at the first tier in a second. But I'm just extremely happy with this set. And it's, Fun Pub's way of going out on a high note with the subscription service for Transformers. I know we got G.I. Joe conventions until next year. I mean, next year is the last one, so this is what they left behind as, the last little hurrah. So let's go ahead and bring in all the club figures that I've got and take a look at those. And here we have the shot of all the figures I've got from the Transformers Collectors Club since I've known about it, or, since I've been a part of it. All the way from Runabout and Runamuck all the way up until Wreckage. So, I don't have the Legacy box set from 2014's Botcon with Ape-Link, Flare-Up, and Flame War, but I do plan on getting that here at some point. I think it has Shock Rack too, so those four. like I said, I do plan on picking it up along with everything else before 2012. So I still got to get Sideburn, Punch Counter Punch, the Seacons, the shared exclusive with G.I. Joe and Transformers like Hot Rod, RC, Mercer Fairborn, Old Snake and the Bats, the G.I. Joe 5-pack. I've got a long ways to go and a lot of catching up to do, and you guys will continue on that journey for me until I get caught up, or, you know, I plan to share that with you guys until then. So, just from what I've got until, you know, this most recent one, I couldn't be happier with the Collectors Club. I mean, it's been one hell of a ride, you know, for me, and I know for, especially for those who have been part of it longer, it's going to be hard to see, you know, no more of these exclusives coming out. So it's only a matter of time before we, you know, well, not really a matter of time, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens between now and maybe a resurgence. I don't know. No one can really tell at this point what's going to happen, but I hope to find out more at, you know, Pete's Robot Convention. That is actually a month away from now, so, and Pete did mention we will be finding out more about the 5.0, maybe more about Shattered Glass Starscream, you know, what they had planned with that, what got canceled, you know, what they were going to do instead of that before they decided on it. So it's going to be interesting. So hope you guys enjoyed this final video for Transformers Subscription Service 5.0 and the subscription service in general. As far as new figures, I do plan on going, like I said, going back and getting as much as I can of all the subscription services, all the club figures, the shared figures. It's going to be a long journey for me, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out all the links down. I will have a full playlist of Subscription Service 5.0 and 4.0 in the description, as well as these other figures that I've reviewed from, you know, Loud Convoy, Nova Prime, Rampage, a lot of these older reviews that I've done. So be sure to check all those out. Also, be sure to check out Bricks on the Dollar. He's the host of Stasis Lock every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as all the other Cool Table Network videos or shows, so check all those out. Also check out G1 Hexatron. He's the host of Cybercast every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, followed by Galactic Gumbo, which is every other Saturday as well, right after Cybercast, usually around 8 or 8:30 Central Standard Time, sometimes maybe 9 o'clock, just depends on how long the show is. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Like I said, been one hell of a journey, and I hope to continue that, going back and getting some of those older figures. So, see you guys around.